In a major outreach to the Urdu-speaking population, RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat will launch the first Urdu translation of the Samveda, one of the four Vedas. The inauguration will be held at an event which will be organized at Red Fort today. The translation of the Samveda text from Vedic Sanskrit to
शुरू होगा यहाँ पे.
Alright, Mohammed, we'll come back to you momentarily, but we also go back to our guests who are with us on the broadcast. Also on the broadcast is Irshad Hussain, South and Middle East Asia foreign policy expert. Mr. Hussain, help us understand the significance of Urdu in all of this, because it is a language, it is primarily an Indian language, so to speak. How many people speak it? And what is the importance and significance of the language?
Thanks, Gauri, for having me on your show. I hope I'm audible.
You are, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'd like to begin with the shloka that you've been hearing. Asto ma sadgamaya, tamso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityor ma amritam gamaya. We've been hearing this since childhood. And it's part of Samveda. It's a Veda. And imagine this being said like this. हे ईश्वर, हमें अंधकार से और हमें अंधेरे से रोशनी की तरफ ले चलो, हमें झूठ से सच्चाई की तरफ ले चलो. अब बताइए इसमें क्या गलत है? कितना अच्छा लग रहा है सुनने में. You know, it's all about the language, because Urdu is basically a lingua franca of our country. This we need to understand, because everybody, it's such a sweet language. Everybody would loves to speak Urdu, and what we speak in daily life, it's a mixture. It's basically we are speaking a combination of Farsi, Sanskrit, Hindi, and then that comes into the Urdu thing. So it's a language which is loved by a majority of North Indians. And why only we should say our country? I mean, our neighboring countries. And one day I was seeing the countries where Urdu is spoken. You know, far west, Canada also, there are Urdu-speaking people. There are Urdu-speaking people in Europe. There are Urdu-speaking people in the United States of America. Of course, in Gulf. So by this, such a melodious text of Samveda, the message, the divine message would reach millions of people in such a sweet manner that people will understand what this text, what these Vedas are talking about. There is no hatred. There is no single shloka which talks about some other religion, or there is no criticism of any religion, any creed, any caste, there is no geographical boundary. It's Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam for us every time. So it never talks anything negative, and that will give a very good feeling, not only to the people who are not so-called Hindus. I mean, it's a definition of Hindus. I'm the long thing required who's and who's not. But not only the people who are followers of Shiva or Lord Rama, but also the Muslim community, the Christian community, and the atheists also. Why not? There are a lot of people now, and it's increasing, who do not believe in religion. But this text, Samveda, it doesn't talk about religion as such. It's a social, economic, political way of life. And with the same breath, I would like to say confidently that it should, and I hope it will, benefit in reducing the right-wing tones in some of our own brothers who are following Sanatana, but they are not. They are talking about all negative things. Many times they see some of the religions as not part of Islam. They see Muslims residing here as the santans of the Akramankaris, which is not the fact. So they will also know that Vedas have never spoken anything against any religion. It's a really happy today. It's a historical occasion, I would say, and I wish and I hope that it continues, not only for with Samveda, but other three Vedas also, which will really bring in communal harmony. That's my first take. I'll talk when I get another chance in the next one. Thank you. Back to you.
All right, Firoz Bak Ahmad is also with us on the broadcast, the former Chancellor of Maulana Azad National Urdu University. Mr. Ahmad, how do you look at this move, this monumental move by the RSS? Would you speak to some of these RSS leaders and other leaders who are present there? Mohammed, is my voice reaching you?
हम मंच दिखा रहे हैं आपको सामने मंच पर गेस्ट आना शुरू हो गए हैं जिन्होंने अनुवाद किया है सामवेद का उर्दू में। इकबाल दुर्रानी वो सामने मंच पर आपको दिख रहे हैं, वो आ चुके हैं। यहाँ पर बहुत सारे गेस्ट और भी आ चुके हैं, बस सिर्फ इंतजार है अब मोहन भागवत का कि वो आए और कार्यक्रम फॉर्मली शुरू किया जाए। यहाँ पर बहुत सारे गेस्ट बैठे हैं, हम धीरे धीरे इनसे बात करेंगे। सर, आप यहाँ पर आए हैं प्रोग्राम में, आपको सब लोग जानते हैं, तो क्या आपको लगता है कि ज़रूरी था ये उर्दू में अनुवाद करना?
Practical wisdom, and the Vedas contain complex scientific concepts and formulae in them as well. Irshad Hussain, your views on this and how this must not be only limited to Urdu but also other languages, be it Arabic, Persian, Spanish, French, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, Gauri. See, again, let's say, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kashit Dukh Bhag Bhavit. Now, this beautiful shloka of Samveda we've been hearing. Now, imagine the same thing being said in simple words, saying, which really means, may all be happy, may all be free from illness, may all see what is auspicious, what is important, may nobody suffer, let there be peace. Imagine this shloka being recited or being understood by the people all across the world. So they will know this is what is written in our text, in our ancient text. And I don't want to leave this appointment to say all spectrums, even the people who are chanting these, that goes with Quran also. The Muslim, they're just chanting Quran, they don't know what it means, what is written there. And there are a lot of extremism on both sides. So by translating these scriptures, which are from I would say from the Almighty, from the Brahman, it will for sure that the supreme power does not discriminate against its subjects all over the world. So once this is done, people will know we are living in this planet, in this Prithvi Lok, and we are all one. So that's why it's an extremely good initiative to get it translated. It should be done with other scriptures also. And I would like to also make this point. I was hearing one of the persons saying about madrasa or something. Let's keep it simple. Let's not try to take the discussions in a direction which will give chances to other people to make it to politics. Let's not make it political. Let's not say it should be taught in madrasa, it should be taught there. Let it become accessible to everybody. Whoever wants to read it, let it read it. And first of all, this whole madrasa concept, I hope it's going to change. We can name it Gurukul, we can name it university, but let it be only one way of education, which should be following Indian curriculum. It should be talking about Indian scriptures also other world scriptures to know things about science, arts, and all those things. So that's my request, to let it be a totally spiritual subject, subject related with the Indian culture. हमें सभ्यता, संस्कृति और धर्म के बीच में डिस्टिंग्विश करना बहुत जरूरी है। और अगर हम ये कर पाएंगे तो मुझे आशा ही नहीं, पूर्ण विश्वास है कि हम देश के अंदर दोबारा we can bring in communal harmony once again, which is there, and it's going to be, we can really progress. Then we can devote time in progress. Come on, in the world, most of the time we are discussing about different religions.
Okay.
See the other countries who have progressed. They think in one direction. Just the progress, this is science.
Mr. Kaul, if I could come to you now, sir. How important do you think now is also that we reach out to the youth of the country, the younger people, and make these texts accessible to?
Yeah, you talk about the language. Definitely, I would say it should be translated in all the lingua franca, all the languages which are popular in the world, which are spoken by the majority of the globe. The people should benefit from all the ancient scriptures, and especially those scriptures or those chants which are relevant now. And in that context, I would like to just again say how it's relevant. Let's talk about the relevancy. See, Veds also talk about environment protection. These days, now environment is becoming a very important thing. Everybody, the whole globe is talking about global warming, protection of environment, trees, plant trees, rivers, all those things. The saints have talked about it thousands of years back. So in Veda, there is one shloka which says, Madhu Vata Ritayate, Madhu Sharanti Singhava, Madhvina Santoshadhi, which says that environment provides the bliss to the people living their life perfectly. Rivers bliss us with the sacred water and provide us with health. morning, night vegetation, sun blesses us with peaceful life, and our cows provide us with milk. So it says protect the environment and protect the rivers, protect the air, all those things. So this is what we are trying to do now. Now the world is telling us in a scientific manner. The saints had said it thousands of years ago to make sure that environment is protected well. But once it acquires a religious tone, people start objecting it, and that's slightly logical also, because if people just say, okay, it's in the religion. No, it's not religion. It's nobody's asking you to worship. If somebody asks you to worship a tree or worship a river, it may sound slightly unscientific to people, but the context is what? Context is that if you respect a river, if you respect a plant, if you respect the trees, then you'll not cut them down. You'll not slaughter cows. You'll not do anything which is not good for the environment. So we should see the niyat, and that's what in Islam also, which says, so the context has to be seen. We have to now, the hottest topic in the environment on this world now is environment. Otherwise the whole humanity can go back. Yeah, I mean, we can just vanish. It can. Just like dinosaurs have gone and many other species have gone. So let's utilize the knowledge of the Vedas in protecting our environment. This is one single point. I've just given you one example, and which I hope the who's and who's. I'm a normal person. I'm a common man. I don't have a big power, political or scientific. We have people here who can really influence this. You can tell the government to utilize the Vedas for protecting environment. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan we are doing. Please talk about cleanliness. Why not people, we will talk about it. There are many chants I can keep on reciting which talks about cleanliness in our life. So let's utilize these things. Communal harmony, any kind of harmony, peace. So especially environment, I'm saying, if we say these, if we utilize this, tell G20 people that, see, this is what is written in our scriptures. You're telling it now, we know it from 2000 years back. So this is how, in this direction, we should take it. This will make the Vedas popular. Then other countries will also try to translate it. French will translate it into a France language. Belgium will do that. Swiss people will do that. South Africans will do that. They will say, okay, it's written there. Come on, let me read it. So that's how we, rather than saying, go and pray the trees, go and put tie knots around the trees. If you do that, they will say, okay, you're being rigid, or you're being this thing. Say that we have talked about the important issues of this world since long time, and it's mentioned in Vedas. That's my take on this story. Thank you.
All right, I believe Feroz Bhakt Ahmed ji is back.